Hello. Welcome to our broadcast. This is our 12th broadcast.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. We're Country Stitchers. I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Deb.
We're glad you could be with us today. We'd like to welcome all of our subscribers.
Yes, but I have to say something first. I'm glad you're here today. She would never say it, but this girl just got out of the hospital.
Oh, yeah, I
So,
did. I just came straight from the admissions room.
Yeah, can you believe that? Nothing keeps her down. She will do a video no matter what.
Waited so long.
Oh my gosh. So anyway, I just want to say I'm glad. She's good. She's good to go, but she had to have a procedure done and
cheer me on. I had carpal tunnel fixed too, so
yeah.
We had a few things going on.
Yeah. So anyway,
we're here.
Yes.
And we're glad because it is the Summer Soirée and our round robin, and we're going to talk all about the end of that and registration.
Yes. Every time you say round robin.
In my head, we go, yum.
Red robin, yum. Yeah. I hear that commercial.
I know. I don't even think round robin anymore.
Red robin. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh well. All right.
So we'll start off with some of our chit chat with you on our comments.
Yes.
And we had a little outing this week too, and then we'll move through our
it's
video.
been a busy week.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. So thank you again for all of your beautiful comments. We just wanted to bring a couple of them to light here. Sharon Cappotelli, I hope I said that right. It's a pretty name. She lives in Ohio and she does not have a stitchy group or a buddy or even a stitching store close by. Poor girl. You should move. Anyway, you have inspired her to start her hand stitching again.
Oh, good.
Because of all your finishes and everything like that you do by hand. She said that she actually learned to finish by hand from Amish friends. And that made me think of my mother-in-law because we have some very close Amish friends that she learned to hand finish from. And when you are taught by an Amish woman, you're taught well. I mean, you can't even see the stitches. They're beautiful. Matt's mom made us a white on white wedding ring quilt, queen size, completely done by hand. The entire thing. It's beautiful.
It is. It's very
pretty. And you
pretty.
cannot see the thread. Those stitches are so tiny. So that's awesome.
I want to ask quick too, if you get a chance, where in Ohio, I'm curious because I've been up in the Shipshewana area. I almost didn't get that out. My husband and I had been up there for a couple of retreats with the denomination that he serves with, and it reminded me of our trip up there, and I thought, I wonder if she lives in that neck of the woods.
All right, Laura Richards, she commented on, remember we talked about separating threads?
Yes.
And she had said she likes to tap the end of her threads and then just pull one out. And then I thought I showed you this before too, but with my love of clothespins, with the loop in the middle, like when you make you kind of, here I'll show you, you stick your thread down like that and it makes a loop. So all you have to do then is just pull one thread out. It comes out very nicely, keeps it doesn't get knotted, it's all nice, great, wonderful.
Yep.
So there's plenty of different ways that people have separating their threads.
Yeah, and there's two uses for the stranding comments, and what Deb and I think Laura was saying is that if you're separating the thread to stitch with one or two, that's one way to do it. What I was referring to when I was talking about separating or stranding with the separating device is if you're actually going to be using 4 to 6 strands and they tell you to strand it first, then you actually separate all of them and group them back together so that when you're using your needle or laying tool, you can actually fan all of those threads against each other in your cross stitches or in your.
So they're not like laying on top of each other.
Exactly. To give you nice coverage.
Okay. Okay.
And it helps once you've separated them. Otherwise, they come off of the skein in that twisted manner.
Yes.
So they usually ask you to separate or strand them first.
Okay. All right. Yep. Alphabet Stitcher, she would love to see the rest of our finishing kits.
They're coming, a little at a time.
And then Barbara DeVillas, I think is how you say your last name. She just let me know that she bought the same fabric and threads that I chose to do my Fresh Eggs Farm finish, and that was really sweet. So make sure you show me pictures on Instagram. I'd love to see it as you go along. And thank you to everyone who gave me such wonderful love on that finish. That was a lot of fun.
The deconstruction was really cool too.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have it up in the kitchen. Betsy, she just found us, so welcome, Betsy. She wants to know what fabric I used for my Joy Noel pattern, the Blackbird design. And I brought out the pillow again, but man, I am trying.
You said what pattern? You meant what fabric?
Oh, sorry. She wants to know what fabric I used for my Joy Noel pattern. Yes. Yeah. So I brought out my pillow again. I used something for my stash though, and Liz and I were just looking through the other Evenweave and linen that I have here. I do not have another piece, and I cannot remember.
And not even anything close enough to give you an idea of the color variation.
It's an Evenweave, but it's beautiful. Oh my, and I remember how much I loved stitching on it, so I really hope I do find it again.
I'd call it a gray, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Sort of a version of a gray.
But I don't know if anybody else out there is really, really, really good at dissecting what fabric is what.
Yeah.
You never know.
Did you get that when we were at Strawberry Basket? I'm thinking you did, because that's about when our last trip before we started on the pattern.
I don't know. I think it's showing up pretty much true to color. But anyway, if anybody has a good idea out there what it might be, it was awesome to stitch on. And if I do find out, remember, or find another piece, I will let you know. I know I did not use whatever it called for. I know that. So, yes. Jill F. and Leap High wanted to know what fabric I'm using for my Sally Spencer stitch along. And it is Picture This Plus Ale. And I love it. It is beautiful. So that's that. I don't know if I have to hold up and actually showing you one of my continued works in progress. I'm still working on this. But I love that fabric. I'm going to get more of this. It's really pretty. I like how it's modeled. So, Island Time 79. She wants to know about my lap stand that I show sometimes.
American Dream Products?
Yeah. So Liz and I were talking, we're not sure if you just wanted to know the brand of it or if you actually, because there is a trick to getting the mechanism, the tension to actually
continue to come down to the same level once you've set the level in your lap.
Yeah.
It's a play against both of those scroll knobs on both sides.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a demonstration like that, let me know, because we could do that. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to know just where it was from. So let me know if I did not answer your question. Jeanette Fulling, she was very sweet. She's been with us since the beginning. That was very nice. And she wants to borrow my idea for my Finish My Fresh Eggs farm. And Julie McConnell said the same thing. Have at it. Yeah. Yes, please.
The more the merrier.
Yeah. And I just wanted, again, to say thanks so much for all that. Love on Instagram also.
Remember when I called you and we did that easel that we showed, it's now called the blank alphabet or whatever.
Yeah.
And Deb had taken it to the mountains on one of her trips and come back with the border done in a different color and a couple of the inside letters that she always does. And it's like, I did my border, but I'd love to take it out. Can I please?
Yeah.
Put it your way? She said, sure.
I love that. I love that. That's great. So Joni Miller, she wants to know, in reference to our round robin, will we be grouping people together as per like stitch count?
Okay. Good question. And after the last video, I said to Deb, I forgot to mention something. In order to keep this first one simple, I've restricted the information that I'm putting out on it to trying to group people just in two groups, 28 and 32 count, or 14 and 16 count Aida.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a big transition there between doing something that's just 2 stitches apart, or 2 threads apart, I mean. 4 threads, 2 stitches. So we're going to keep it that way, but I'm not going to group all the 28 count linens and all the 32 count linens. So if you like to stitch on linen and you're well versed on it and you can switch between 28 and 32, it'll be perfect. If you're a linen stitcher who doesn't like to stitch on Evenweave or Aida, then you'll just make that comment and I'll give you all the information we need from you in order to group these a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, if you'll stitch on linen, Evenweave, Aida, anything, that's...
And you tell us that, then you're a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's great.
And I don't mean that to be a you're better than everybody else comment either, because if you like Aida, and I actually have a couple of projects going on both departments right now, depending on what piece I'm stitching. So
yeah, we'll stitch on anything.
Yeah, so I am going to do this one probably on linen because of what I have in my stash. But if you want to do it all on Evenweave or all on Aida, we'll group those people together too. So when we get to that, when you send in your registration, just specify.
Yeah, and we'll go over all of that.
Or one specific.
Yeah, and we'll go over all of that too. So, I think maybe I said everything. Oh, no, I did not.
I was going to say we had some people we met.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. But I also wanted to say, Jan Hicks had a great suggestion. She thinks that we should use a hashtag for keeping up on Instagram for everybody who's doing the round robin. And I thought that was a great idea. We will do that, Jan. So Maine Moose Mom Stitcher actually gave us our hashtag.
Yep.
So we're going to use that one that you said. It's just going to be Country Stitchers, capital R, capital R. That'll be the hashtag for all of us doing the round robin, that we can kind of just watch everybody's progress and pictures. And
so if you're on Instagram, we'll put that in the instructions. And if you're on Instagram, when you post, just use that hashtag.
Yep. And then everybody that's a part of that will be able to see it, and that'll be fun.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you're not on Instagram, we're going to let you know how we can keep in touch and see your pictures and things too.
Yeah. Okay. So Kristen Ames, she is interested in the round robin, but she wants to know, well, we already talked about the fabric count. She wanted to know that. But she also wants to know the difference between Prim and Quaker. And are there any good websites for free motifs?
Okay. I have not found a definition that really separates. There's some overlap between the two. So depending on what designer you're looking at, they might include some things that look more primitive from one other person's designs than another, or more like Quaker. So I think the only thing is, if you're looking for one or the other and you put that in as your search basis, you might see more of one than the other. But they kind of overlap.
Okay. And then as far as any websites for free motifs?
Yeah, what I would suggest for motifs, if you're looking for this project, you can look in any pattern you've already stitched.
Yeah.
You can look on any online designer's website where they have sections of free charts in the back. A lot of them have motifs in there for you to pull from.
Magazines, any of our magazines.
Yep, magazines.
Anything you've already stitched. Pull a little motif from other charts that you've already done.
Yeah, and if your concern is that you feel like you aren't sure you'll get the right motif in the right design pattern border that you are choosing, don't worry about it.
Oh gosh, no.
This is about your favorite motif and the person who's doing it, their design of a border. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And how it comes together is part of the fun.
Yes, yeah.
So
I mean, if I'm going to do the Quaker border, because that's one I'm going to choose, but I don't know that I'm not going to do Quaker inside of what I'm going to stitch. You know what I mean? I'm going to do, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do whatever.
You could
have
put
fun,
You could put a little Christmas motif in it if you chose to.
Anything.
So.
Anything. And Caroline T., she also suggested, along with, when you stitch your area, along with your initials that you'll put in your area that you stitch, also put your state abbreviation. That would be fun too, since some people will be from all over. That'll be really cool. All right, so I just wanted to bring this up. Just Grams for short. She said she binge watched all 11 videos of us. You must be really sick of us. But thanks. She's probably thinking, oh no, not them again.
She had a nice free time to stitch. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh man, that was cute. All right, Kim Esman or Easman, I'm not sure which it is. Do I use weaver's cloth or muslin for my punch needle? Usually weaver's cloth. Sometimes muslin can be a little too forgiving and your stitches will come out. It depends on what needle you're using and how many threads you're using.
I was just actually looking at that when we were at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
We made it to Hobby Lobby last weekend for the first time in years. And they had a muslin, a bolt of muslin and a bolt of weaver's cloth, and I did very, very quickly notice when they were on bolts how finer the thread count was on weaver's cloth than on muslin.
Yes. Tilda Last Stitch, Lana, or Lena. Is it Lana or Lena? She loved the Fresh Eggs finish and wanted to know if the crochet piece that I have in that little tin thing is from either my family, someone in my family, or was it Goodwill. That actually did come from a bag that I had gotten one time from my aunt. She used to do a lot of, she's very crafty. I think that's where I get a lot of it from, Aunt Charlotte. And that actually came in a bag. So I'll have to ask her. I don't know if maybe my grandmother stitched it or if she did. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Maybe even tatting. Did she tat?
I don't think she did tatting. She did quilting. She did cross stitch. All kinds.
Did I ever tell you I learned to tat when I was 8?
Did you?
Yeah, totally forgot how now. But I did. We made these long
are we having
chains.
a demo?
Well, I have a kit to start learning again. It's in my bin, but I haven't pulled it out. But it's so fantastic the way that works.
And the other thing we wanted to say is we had a little getaway over the weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we went to the Primitive Stitchers Society. Is that how you say it?
Their retreat. Yep.
Yes, went to their retreat. We wanted to. We weren't there for
we crashed the party. Is what we did.
Yeah, we went to the Merchant Mall, which was awesome.
It was.
We weren't like part of the retreat because we didn't take classes or anything. Although we might next year. Yep. That was pretty cool.
In our sights.
Yes, it is. It's in our vision.
Yeah.
That was awesome. We met lots of lovely people. So many sweet people.
Yeah.
And we got some goodies.
Yes,
so,
we did.
Should I share?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So, I kept everything in the bag.
Oh, yeah, I did too. I actually took it out this morning when I came home from the hospital.
All right, so from Craft Gallery, they're in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were there. They had a big, huge, beautiful stand set up. And, of course, we found some awesome patterns. This one from La-Di-Da. It is so pretty. These were all finished there. What is this called again?
B is for bunny.
B is for bunny. Oh gosh, they were so pretty. So I got that one.
And again, it does not look like the model. That model, when I dragged Deb over to the stand, I said, you have to see this.
Yes.
And I showed her that bunny.
Yes.
It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Deb likes the primitive stitching.
Yes. Fractor Flowers, La-Di-Da. Again, this one was also a model. Oh my gosh. These pictures do not do any of the stitching justice. It's just gorgeous. And this was done, I think, on one of those linens that we love. Ren. We love Ren and, what's that other one? Legacy. Yeah. This one, I love Plum Street Samplers. It's Hello Fall. It's so pretty. And you got the Hello Winter.
I did. We got...
I can't see
what you call that complimentary pattern.
There's Hello Fall, and you have Hello Winter.
And Hello Winter.
Yeah,
and they have one of each of the other ones too. They had Hello Autumn and Hello Spring.
And of course, I did not have this one. The Farmhouse Christmas has Dairy Darlin out, and it's a red Holstein, which is what we have in the backyard. Hank, well, in the meadow. He's not in the backyard. I'm surprised he's not on the couch as much as he's taken care of by Logan. But that's the next one that I picked up. I think I have all of those so far. I hope so.
Oh, wait a minute. You got something else.
I did?
Yeah. You didn't know it, but I brought you a surprise.
You did?
I did. I brought this from Faye at Carolina Stitches. It goes with all of our pillows that we're going to stitch. A charm that matches each one for the farmhouse.
Get out of town.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Adorable? That was my surprise for you.
This is from who?
Carolina Stitches.
Oh my gosh! Look how cute! Look at the barn.
I know.
Oh my gosh! Oh, and the truck.
I didn't realize you were showing that today, but
That
so I
is
thought,
so cool. I didn't see any of these over there.
Now she finished all of hers as pillows, and I know you're doing yours as a little community, but you might be able to use them.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, the cow, the chicken, the tractor, the truck. It's awesome.
They're cute. They really are.
Oh my gosh! They're so cute. I don't know if you can see them out, but they're beautiful. Aww. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at the barn.
It was so hard for me to keep that in my bag all day long. You're not getting it out of your bag, Liz.
Oh, that's awesome. Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
Gosh, I'd put those on a charm bracelet even.
Oh yeah, they are cute. Yeah. They're adorable.
All right, so from the same place, Craft Gallery, they had these awesome project bags. They're huge, and they were beautiful. Am I holding it the right way? Upside down. There we go. So this is one I picked out. It's big. Very, very pretty. Very, very well made.
You could put your whole Q-snap and everything in there.
Yeah, you could fit a small child in here.
Yes, you could. You could use it as a bunting.
Yeah.
There's a little baby face in the zipper.
We could put our pets, everybody in there. It is beautiful. Very, very. I wish I knew. They said that they have a lady that makes these specifically for this shop, Craft Gallery.
And we say, way to go.
Oh my goodness,
They're
I wish
beautiful.
I knew her name, and I want to give her kudos because, yeah, they're gorgeous. But she makes them just for that shop. So anyway, that was really cool.
So Paula and Carlton can pass on our grateful appreciation for her work.
Yes, yes. And let's see, we came across Teresa Kogert was there.
Yes.
Very, very sweet. Oh my goodness, does she have a lot of punch needle designs. Wow. Oh, and beautiful cross stitch. But I mean, if you're looking for something to punch needle, definitely.
Her artwork that she starts
yeah.
with is just fantastic. She had some
Beautiful.
uprights that had her artwork hanging on it too that she did the designing from, and
Yeah.
it was very, very pretty.
Beautiful. So I actually got a pattern. She's going to mail it to me though because it wasn't even there anymore, and it's new. It's not even in stores. I don't think it'll be in stores until July.
Yeah,
June.
and I got
no,
this
July.
one.
And
And
you got
this
that
one won't be out until July either.
Yeah, isn't
This
that
was
beautiful?
from her stand, 2 lamb's tails.
That is so pretty.
And again, the color
Oh yeah.
doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
She finished this like a little flat felt on a piece of, it looked almost like wood, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then she also finished one that was a Christmas one. And that one she did almost like a little mat. It was backed with wool felt, and it was very easy to roll up.
Yeah.
She did a bunch of different kinds of finishings.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get that one. That's a fall design. I'll show it to you when it comes in the mail.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
It is very different.
Yeah, yeah. And then Sampling of Memories was there. LaDonna, and I'm not sure, she also has a, she's done a couple floss tubes.
Yep.
She knows all kinds of things about samplers, antique samplers. She also, she does reproductions of antique samplers and has
Very pretty.
yeah, original designs and accessories and stuff like that to sell. She's very, very talented.
Yep.
So of course I had to get a little fob. It's chickens, and they look like 2 of my chickens, Rocky and Shelby.
They do.
So they look
We
just
went
like
through
'em.
what,
Yeah.
4 or 5 chicken ones
Yeah.
to find one.
Yes. So
And they had cows and they had lambs.
yes. So definitely got that, and I also got this from her. This antique glass frog, which I have ideas for. So that's pretty. Pretty. Oh, there was another, you hadn't heard of this company before, Willow Hill Samplings. They were there, and they had some of their pieces.
This is really pretty pattern.
Oh my gosh. I saw this finished, and like I said, this picture, it does nothing. This is so beautiful in person. Oh my gosh, is it pretty. It's this long bottom pattern. It is so gorgeous. It is all done with one color, the Gentle Art, and it's cinnamon, and it is stitched on a fabric called River Willow.
That was really pretty
It
too.
was gorgeous.
They
So
didn't have it in the count you wanted, did they?
we couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to look for that because this
We
was
got
just,
to see the color though,
oh,
but
yeah.
it was on a different,
It is-
different count.
Hello. I know what that is.
Subscriber tribute.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Kind of gather that up for you.
Oh, sure, thanks. Gather away. All right, so our subscriber winner today, our weekly subscriber winner is Donna McKinney. Donna, you will be getting this chart. I know it's not fall, but you're probably not anal like me, and you'll stitch anything, hopefully, in any season. You'll have it finished by fall. That'll be nice.
It's a cute little heart and hand smalls.
Yes. So, get a hold of us if you can. Private message through Instagram. Again, our Instagram names are at the bottom of the video. Yes, if you click the little arrow down button or little arrow on the right, it'll give you all the drop down information, and it'll be right there. So if you can get a hold of us, I'll send that out to you.
Also, just wanted to mention, I saw this done. Yeah, when the needle roll is done, that can either be done as a needle roll, or you can open it up and it makes a nice small little framed piece too.
Oh, cute.
So it can be done either way. So you
Yeah.
can do it as a small or as a little tiny sampler.
Cool. Okay.
It says harvest on it.
All right. So back to shopping.
Thank you, Donna.
Oh, okay. I wanted to show you these things. Again, from the Carolina Stitcher.
Pretty ingenious, huh?
Yeah, very. We met Faye Rigsby. She is a sweetheart, very talented. beautiful finisher. And she had these strawberries there that she finished that were gorgeous. And she used these at the top of her strawberries, like on the very top. And man, was that sharp looking. So I got 2 in silver and 2 in like an antique color. That was just beautiful. But she had project rolls, she had bags. I mean, she's
very talented.
very, very talented and very sweet. Very sweet. I could listen to her speak all day. She's got that awesome Southern accent.
Yep. And her friend Linda Page was there with her.
Yes.
And
they
we
were
got
a
to
lot
hear
of
a lot
fun.
of history
Yes,
from
yes, they're
them.
very sweet. You just wanted to get some sweet tea and sit down with them.
Wait 1 minute. You have to know they are 5 hours from their LNS.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
awful.
not survive it.
Again, you got to move.
Yeah, I wouldn't survive it.
Yeah,
Either
that's
or
terrible.
Either that or your room would soon look like its own shop.
Yeah.
You know, your stitching room.
Oh my gosh. Oh, anyway, I got this one from the Nebby Needle. I loved it. It's the Barn Quilt Sampler, and it's just so darn cute. They had it there finished also.
I thought that designer's name was cute.
Yes, yes. Love that. Love, love, love that. So, I'm almost finished. What else? Oh, yes. Nikki was there, Nikki's Creations, and she had a beautiful table set up. So I got some fabric. This really cool, like, purpley color. And this beautiful green. She had a design that was stitched on this purple color, and that was the chart that that Julie had sent me. So now I have fabric.
Yep.
So I can get that done. And then this one was adorable. Again, the pictures just don't do it justice. It's called Halloween Sheep, and it was adorable. She had it finished on the table.
I have some brown and white gingham.
Do you?
Now, it's not that beige and brown gingham like the picture.
Okay.
It's actually the white and brown gingham. But you can look at it. I have plenty to do that if you want
That's
some.
really cute. Well, thanks. So anyway, she had a nice table set up. Got a couple free charts. Nebby Needle had a couple freebies out.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Beth Seal had a table there, and we love her. We had a class one time with Kathy Haberman and Beth Seal, and they're not just great designers, they're really great people.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, and that really means a lot to us, you know, just really, really great, sweet, sweet, wonderful ladies. So her sister was there, and her sister makes the cutest stitching journals. So I got one.
That is really pretty.
Isn't it pretty? And her name is Lisa, and it's all fabric colored, or covered, and then she puts these cute, really cute, every one was different, little beads on it. This is the one I chose. And when you open it up, she's got just really, really beautiful paper inside. You can just keep, I mean, you can write everything down about fabric and stitch count. You can put pictures in here, anything, but I just thought it was really, really, really pretty and very well done. Different fabric on the inside. Anyway, I thought that was really sweet. So thank you, Lisa.
Clever.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it. Love those beads too. So cute. So I think that's all I got.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, you dusted me.
That's
let me
it.
tell you. I already showed you my Plum Street sampler pattern.
Yes.
And my charms. I got the same.
Oh, did you show that? You didn't show that charm.
No, I haven't shown that
Oh,
yet.
okay. All right.
I showed my charms from Faye.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
And then I got a little floss ring from Sampling of Memories that is an antique DMC. It's over there now. An antique DMC logo. And part of the thing that was funny about it is that's where our borders came from for this round robin.
Yeah.
Was from their library, and that logo is on the library of DMC borders. So I thought I have to have that.
That was really cool.
So
yeah.
it was just a quick flyby,
Yeah.
but that's what I got.
You have to rewind.
Yeah. I'll put it in a loop. I'll put it in a loop so it'll last for a few seconds. But that was all I did. That's all the shopping I did. I did more so
Yeah, she kept coming over to me. Deb, you gotta see this. Deb, you gotta see this.
Methods my madness.
Yes, that's right. All right. So that was a fun weekend. Then yes, we did go to Hobby Lobby afterwards.
Yes, we did.
Oh man.
I got a couple things there for my craft room.
Yeah.
I needed some
did too.
fabric and
That place
got
is
a
so
couple things for
overwhelming.
my reorganization.
Yeah, that is just so overwhelming.
bins.
Oh man, I want one of those close by. But it didn't take long to get there.
No,
It really did
not at all.
You know?
It's worth another trip.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think so anyway.
Yes, I do too.
Now somebody Somebody did a bad little finish over the week.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did do a finish.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. I finished my Little House Needleworks ABC. This is what the pattern looks like. Of course, I changed it completely. I used fabric that I had in my stash, and then I used colors that I knew. This pattern actually comes with colors, but I just changed the colors because I knew where I was going to put it and the color scheme I wanted. So, this is my finish. I don't even know if you saw it yet.
On Instagram.
On Instagram you saw it, okay.
I did.
So I found these burlap covered wood pieces. You get like 2 in a package at either AC Moore or Michael's. It was one of those.
I think we got them at Michael's.
And it wasn't much money at all. Like maybe $3. It was really cheap.
Yep.
So I just put it on, I mounted it on some sticky board, and then I stuck a little piece of like pom-pom trim under here on this side, which I found at Hobby Lobby when we were there every weekend. The lace is from my Nana, so that was hers. And then up here on the D, you were supposed to just stitch buttons, but I wanted to use actual buttons, so I put some antique buttons there. And also up here on my little ribbon flower, I have an antique button that came from a jar that my mother-in-law got from her mother.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I did it over 1, and I did down here on the thread for my needle, that's a whipped back stitch there. And again, I used the buttons up here. I did not, that's what I was going to say. There's a little bit of, there's white stitching that goes down along this side over here. I did not do that at all because I knew I wanted to use this pom-pom over here. So I left that out. And this is on 28 count even weave over 1. I do have all of my colors, I think, listed, I think, on Instagram. If I don't, I will.
Yeah, I think you did that back when you first showed the piece.
Yeah, I think so. For the ribbon flower, all I did was get some silk ribbon, and I should have just picked a piece so I could show you, but really all you're doing is just folding it and making loops with the ribbon, like a long piece of ribbon. And then I have a needle with some thread, and I just take it right through the center of it. And then I have another ribbon, you know, cut another length of the same ribbon and just make smaller loops. I can show this next time. I should have did that and I didn't. But you do smaller loops, and again, just take your needle through it with a thread just to secure it all, and that is how you make your little ribbon flower up here. And then I just sewed the button on. You
might remember, those of you who might be in my age category, they used to sell a bow maker that had a 3 bins on the bottom that looked like little ovals, and they slid back and forth, and they kept these little stems, plastic stems about as long as your little finger in them, and they had a flat bottom on them and an arrow on the top that was very pointy, and you slip that in the middle on this little post at the top of this little stand, and then you took your ribbon, whatever kind you were using, and you poked it down on that, and you turned it in whatever direction you wanted, and you kept building your ribbon, and you could go smaller or larger and smaller, or however you wanted. And then when you pulled it off and you turned it upside down, you poked that arrow down into the box that you had just wrapped, done. And it was done and attached.
Do you still have that?
Remember I said I remember seeing it, but I can't remember if it was recently or not. If I have it, I'll bring it, but it is so sweet.
Yeah, that's a gadget.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good gadget. So anyway, that is my finish.
I don't know how my mother dealt with me as a kid, because I didn't care what she was doing. If it had a gadget in it, I was just all up in it and in her business.
All right, so that's what I have.
All right.
Well, that's what we're working on.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that, or we can want to wait a little while on round robin.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Go for it.
Well, I did show my Sally Spencer. I'm still working on that. So the only other one I wanted to bring up was I did get to watch a little bit of Flosstube this week, and I found somebody new that I had never seen before, Lindy Stitches, I think.
Yep.
And she was working on a Cooler Classic chart. She was working on the winter sampler. And Liz and I have the summer, the winter, and the fall. And I remembered when she was working on it how much I love those. So anyway, I had to run downstairs and find my summer one, and I have it started on my floor stand. I did not get very much done on it. I only have a few stitches, but this is the one I'm going to be working on for the summer. It's so pretty. all of these, the oh my gosh, the fall
You'll
one,
recognize those from the Janlin kits. Janlin originally put them out in kits, each one.
Oh, really? With threads and everything. It is DMC.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yep.
Now, if you don't like backstitching, you might not want to do this. Because it's
full.
A lot of
Yep.
backstitching.
Yep.
It's beautiful, but it is backstitch heaven. So, but I'm excited. I think it's so pretty. And the fall and the winter are just as beautiful. Oh my goodness. So, anyway, I have that I'm going to start working on.
And I'm working on the winter version. I
Yeah.
have that going.
Yeah.
Haven't pulled it out recently yet, though.
I'm going to do mine on, not on the called for fabric. I chose something called white chocolate.
Yeah, I love white
Which
chocolate.
is really pretty. It's a linen, 36 count.
Is that what you got, 36?
Yeah, that's what I got, 36.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing that one on.
And this, by the way, is deceiving. Its finished design size is around 10 by 14. If you do it in 28 or 14 count, I think. And the, which one is it?
Here's the, so 14 count would be 12 by 16.
Okay.
16 count, 10 by 14.
Okay, 16 is 10 by 14.
And 18 count, which would be mine then, because it's 36, so it would be 9 3/8 by 12.
Yeah, mine's
So-
30. I was thinking 32, and that's 10 by 14. So,
Yeah.
so it's really not, it's not anything close to a Heaven and Earth design size
Yeah,
piece,
yeah.
but it is almost full coverage when
Oh.
you're working on it. There's some space in between the little
Yeah.
motifs in the background, but it almost looks full coverage when you glance at it.
It does, but you know, like all of this is open. This background is open, that
Yeah.
background, that.
And that's where the outline stitch comes in.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it is so pretty.
It is very pretty. Their
Yeah.
original fabric is called chamois.
Yeah.
And I ordered it in an Aida version. Remember I just said something about different projects going? I'm doing this one on the Aida. And it's in chamois. And it came very dark. It picked up the color much more than the linen does. And
Yeah.
Deb had a piece that she originally started on called
Aida.
buttercream.
And it was like a buttercream Aida.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that really, honestly, the buttercream looks exactly like the color of this background. I mean, it matched it perfectly. So it's very pretty.
But that white chocolate, that ranks in there with Ren and Legacy for me for a neutral.
That's
I
a pretty
really
one.
like it.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So,
All right. Well, I had a lot going on, so I didn't get everything. I will say
slacker.
though, yeah, I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I actually worked on this in the hospital. I want you to know that.
Aw.
I finally got to my room. I was in the recovery area for like 5 hours before they got me upstairs. And once I got situated, I thought, doggone it, I'm going to put a couple stitches in that thing before I closed my eyes. So I did. But that's just the other little fob that I was working on. What I've really been trying to get into this last couple days when I've had some time in the evening is my
so pretty.
class piece, Grandma's Heart, that I'm taking the class with Beth Seals.
That is beautiful.
And that's going to be in, oh my gosh, 19 days. I have to get going. I really have to get to work.
I really wish I was taking that.
I do too.
And I love Beth. She's
But
so
this is
sweet.
coming along actually. This is only 2 evenings I worked on this.
It's
So
beautiful.
it shouldn't take me
I
too
love
much
those
longer
colors.
to get in on it.
And the fabric. Wow,
Yeah.
so pretty.
And it only has, what's it got? 4 colors in it.
Oh, yeah?
Nope, 3. Sorry, take
Wow.
that back.
Pretty.
It's got a gold, an antique rose, and ruby slipper.
Oh,
So it shouldn't. If I get that done in 2 evenings, I should be able to finish that
that
up
is so
before too
pretty.
long.
Now, what fabric is that?
This is called Cappuccino. It's
Cappuccino.
Weeks Dye Works. And normally, I wouldn't go buy Weeks Dye Works for my projects, but a lot of the designers, when they teach classes, use it because the colors are beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just not, I like a closer weave in the linen than the Weeks Dye Works tends to be a looser fabric. And so I usually gravitate more to like the white chocolate has a tighter weave to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Northern Cross, that's another one that's very tight. That's almost like working on a monocount filament sometimes. So,
Pictures Plus. They
Yeah.
have nice fabric,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
so
Yes.
that's all for me. I've been very limited.
Well, good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Okay.
What do we
Gadget
talk-
Corner?
Okay, you're
Yeah.
going to put off our soiree to the end?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Gadget Corner this time. You got your paper handy?
Oh, yeah.
I decided to show you, I got mechanical this week. I have 2 pair of scissors at home that well, more than two, but two I'll talk about. One of them is a Dover pair of scissors that I really like. I'll show them sometime. And another one is a serrated pair that I use for metallics. But before I had that, I was looking for something that would keep me from using my really fine cutting embroidery scissors on metallic thread.
Yeah.
And I saw this in a catalog. It's called a Thread Zap. And it's actually called a Thread Zap 2.
I can't.
That's all right. I'll pull it back when I use the thread.
Oh, okay. All right.
And this little guy, I'm not sure what the change in the versions were, but if you want to put it up there for one second,
sure.
Deb will see the element on the back of that. That's got a little element on it. And when you hold the element or button down, you'll see this. You might see it. It'll start to glow red on the very tip. Yeah, there it goes. And that gets hot just at the very tip. And when you use that, see if I can do it and still see it at the same time. I'll watch it, but you tell me if I can see it or not. Okay, so I get that nice and hot, and all you do is run that across the thread, and there goes your thread. And you've trimmed it off. And you can get, you know, as close as you want to the back of your fabric, or you can do it as far away from the back of your fabric. And it happens that fast. Generally speaking, when I store it, I take the battery out. That way, little hands or even just batteries that are going old that start to get corroded on the edges, don't bother the inside of that.
Where the heck did you find that?
I believe I got that from Hirschner's. I think I ordered it from Hirschner's quite a while ago.
Cauterize something.
Yeah, you could. I probably had one of those in with me yesterday and didn't know about it. Oh, darn. Actually, I do have a pair of really great Hardinger scissors that my sister, who's a nurse, gave me from taking out sutures.
Ew.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
They weren't used before. But that is a really handy little tool. And I have seen them since. I know they're not gone. In fact, I saw one at Stitches Unlimited, I believe.
Oh,
when
wow.
we were there last.
Cool.
So check your local needlework store for them too.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That brings us to talking about our round robin.
Our soiree. All right. Well, we talked about this last week. We gave you sort of the details on our round robin, and this we're calling it our Summer Soirée, and we've grouped it, as you'll recall, into a program where you'll be in a group of three other people, so a total of 4. Thoughts are that it'll go quicker, and maybe you'll be through with your piece within the summer, boundaries of maybe into August or September. We're going to announce the email address in our description today. It's very simple. It's countrystitchers@gmail.com. So can't get any easier than that. And when you send your information to us through the registration, we'd like you to include a few things. We'd like your full name, your address, and your email. And we will only put that email on the list of people's names that are in your group. And we want to do that so that you can stay in touch on your progress. Or maybe you want to ask a question, hey, I want to do this motif on your piece, but could I add one more color to it? Could I change one color?
Any information.
Anything.
You know, you never know
what are you doing for the
4th
of July? You're only 2 minutes away. You know?
Hey, you live right down the street.
That's right. That's right. So, so if we can include your email address, we'd like to know that. But we do need your email address just so we can get in touch with you if something should come up.
So when you do contact us through email, give us all that information.
And then the following information too. We want to know whether you're willing to stitch on, and this goes back to one of the comments, whether you're willing to stitch on any type of fabric, whether it's linen, Evenweave, or Aida. And if you are just prone to doing it on one type of fabric, then just give us that type of fabric. So either one type or which types you're willing to stitch on. And then also which border you would like to stitch. And the borders, I'll give you another look at the pictures. Actually, I just remember this one's the Quaker. I'll have to pull a different picture to get it.
This bottom one here?
No, it's this middle, one here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's the middle.
The one right next to.
Oh, it just flipped.
Right
That's
next
okay.
to my finger.
Yeah. The middle border.
That one is the Quaker that we'll be doing. And then
so you'll just let us know whether or not the primitive border or the Quaker.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll pull up the other one in a minute. Let me just go back to the notes here and finish the registration information. Sorry, my picture is actually doing circles on my iPad. I can't quite read it that way. Oh, and then the final thing, besides which type of border, is whether you want to stitch it in a portrait, 4 motifs, one above each other in groups of 2, like a tic-tac-toe sort of, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or whether you want to lay it out across the page next to each other. The dimensions for those are in the description to the last video, and I'll also put them in the description to this video.
Yeah.
And then we will also be mailing to you after we receive that. We're going to give you 2 weeks to register at the email address. Mm-hmm. We want you to then quickly get your stamped, self-addressed stamped envelope to us. So as soon as you register, fold that up, put it in an envelope. My mailing address will be in the description. Mm-hmm. Mail that to me. And then we will mail you the following information. We'll mail you your layout pattern, just how it's going to go together, mm-hmm. your border chart to do it with a repeat on there so you can set it up as many times as you choose. And the reason we didn't graph it in detail and actually put it all together for you is you may choose to set your border up a little differently. It gives you the repeat. Maybe you'll want to set your motif at a different angle. Maybe you'll want to combine it differently. It's up to you. So we're going to give you that latitude to put it on. We're going to ask you, or excuse me, we're sending it to you. We're going to also let you know who's in your group, and we'll give you the list with their emails. And we're going to highlight for you which person you will always mail to. Last week I said you're going to always mail to the next name on the list. And I realized later that that could be misconstrued to mean go to the next name on the list. And it's not. You will only mail to the same person every time. And what happens is over time they make the complete circle. And after the 3rd time you mail, the 4th one will come to you and it'll be your completed piece. Mm-hmm. So let's see. Oh, Dollar Tree. Don't forget you can get your mailing packets at the Dollar Tree for $1, and then put your floss and your fabric in there when you've completed your first motif and you're sending it on the first time, and mail that with priority mail so that it gets there insured. And then as you receive the next person's in, the next 3, have another mailer available mm-hmm. to send out the next ones, and do mm-hmm. the same thing with it, priority mail. Yeah. All of these kinds of instructions regarding how these flow, the palette choices, the floss, the sizing, will all be in this piece of paper that we send back to you along mm-hmm. with the chart. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to go in your self-addressed stamped envelope.
Yes, and you can choose your own threads, like whatever colors.
Yes. Yes. Your palette, your motif. Mm-hmm. And back to the motif question, that can be, this is a good example. Maybe I want to take one of these smaller pin keep or floss tag primitive type pieces and put them in my motif. Maybe that's mm-hmm. what I want to use. Mm-hmm. It can be from anything. Mm-hmm. So if you stitched something recently, yeah, or if you want to go back to your old magazines, yeah. like Deb said,
yeah. But in your area that you're stitching, it could be 6 motifs. I mean, it could be 1. It could be 6. It could be anything. Yep. Anything at all. Yep. Whatever fits in that area. Yep. Yeah.
And when you choose your color palette, I would suggest you not only put in the colors, like if your motif calls for 4, put those 4 colors in with it, but maybe a few extra colors that might be acceptable to you to be on your piece, because mm-hmm. someone else might have a couple of extra colors mm-hmm. that they need for their motif that mm-hmm. they're putting on yours. Yeah. So that gives them a few colors to choose from. Yeah. And that's also where the email comes in handy. Maybe they'll notify you and say, hey, I need 3 more colors. Would these be okay? Yeah. So By the time we're done, what we're hoping for is that you meet 4 other people, or 3 other people, sorry, that you've stitched with.
Some kind of a connection. That's what this is about. Yeah.
You've made a new stitching friend.
Yes, that's
So,
right. That's right.
If I've left anything off, we will definitely include it in the description section. We go back and watch these to make sure we cover all the bases. So be sure to read through that, and we hope to hear from you.
Yeah, and you'll have, what, 2 weeks to get your emails
2 weeks.
to us?
Yep.
And like Liz said, as soon as you can get your information to us in the mail, the quicker we can get started setting up groups.
Yep.
So
we'll get them
we'll do
set
our
up.
best to get them out as quickly as possible.
And then we're going to leave the 2 weeks that we're banking on getting all of this finished for you, is so we can get it all out the door. But there's one thing that I want you to bear in mind. If you select one specific type of fabric that you're going to stitch on, we may get down to the last 3 people that have registered that don't all want to stitch on the same thing. If that happens, we'll contact you with your email and see if we can't make a group out of the last people that we haven't placed yet. And that's the only glitch in here, and it's only going to affect a very small number of people, if anybody.
If anybody, yeah.
So we've tried to think this through to be as inclusive as possible, and we're looking forward to our summer stitching too.
Yeah.
I haven't even talked with Deb about what she's going to stitch yet.
Nope.
So, except she did say she wants to do the Quaker border. I do know that.
Yes, I did say that.
So, I haven't given it enough thought yet to decide what I'm doing. So,
all right, sounds good.
Thank you again for joining us at Country Stitchers.
And as soon as you see that email address, they can go ahead and start. Right?
Absolutely,
I mean,
you can start as soon
open,
as you heard
right?
it. Yep.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
All right, awesome. Yay.
Thank you, and as always, share the joy of needlework. Bye-bye.
See ya.